Howdy doody my tutti fruities, it's Zippin here, and today we're going to be looking at why the Catacombs was simultaneously the best and worst update for Hypixel Skyblock. In the background you can see some footage which I recorded earlier. Both of these runs are S+, but sadly I haven't gotten a perfect 305 on recording yet. Here's a screenshot of one, but I'll definitely try to record one once the whole dream team gets back on. I'm just going to throw out my top 5 favorite things in the Catacombs update, not necessarily in this order. Number 5. They're relatively easy. The entrance and floor 1 are very easy and can provide some amazing fun to new players. Considering that the requirements for these two floors is a max combat level of 6, a player can hop on to maybe a day or so of grinding and immediately start doing dungeons. Number 4. Most of the classes are fun to play. I would say that the most fun class to play would probably be Mage, and as you can see in this footage, it's extremely overpowered in the current version of the game. This may be nerfed later, but for me personally, I think that running around one-shotting everything is amazing, and that Mage shouldn't be nerfed until at least floor 5 comes out. That way we can know if it'll be too OP, or if the bosses counteract the Mage's stats enough. Another fun one is Tank. I used to be a tank, and as a tank, you should hopefully have at least 1,000 defense, and as well as around 1,300 health. This means that you take a lot of damage, but it doesn't really reduce your health. I found that the best rooms to be as tank were in the challenge rooms, the yellow ones that usually have either a lost adventurer or an angry archaeologist in them, or the spider rooms, which is the giant pit with a bunch of spiders in it, and then you can just use your jingle bells and watch all the spiders come and attack you. And then you use your seismic wave and they just all die, and it's pretty cool. The last class I would say would be pretty fun would be Berserker. And you can run around at Mach speed, just killing things, and nothing can really stop you. Aside from the floor 2 and 3 bosses, you can pretty much solo all of the dungeon parts that you do, like every different room. Number 3. The gear is customizable. A lot of the gear for some classes is really cheap. Like for Mage, you could have a Bonzo mask, 1/2 zombie soldier, and adaptive boots, and then the staff itself, of course. And that's only like 8 mil for one of the best mage setups in the game. And healers have it even better. They can go for Holy Dragon Armor, which is basically free, because all you have to do is play dungeons. Number 2. It's a good way to make friends. I'm serious. It is. Go try it for yourself if you don't believe me. Number 1. It's brought back a bunch of old players. A bunch of my friends started getting demotivated and said that they would only come back when dungeons came out. And once it did, I had full dungeon parties for a week straight. I think that the top 5 worst parts of the Catacombs update would be these. Again, not necessarily in this order. Number 5. The dungeon item conversion level is too high. To convert a regular Skyblock item into a dungeon item, the Catacomb level is extremely high. For an obsidian chestplate, you need Catacombs level 13. Unless you're a no-life sweat like me, this is going to take you at least a week. And an obsidian chestplate is complete garbage. Players can pick this up for 2,300 coins, and it's really only good if you're early game. The higher gear, like a Reaper Mask in Tier 12 Perfect, is, at least in total, require that you have level 33 Catacombs in order to use. And let's say you don't see the requirement before converting a dungeon item, you can't even use the item outside of dungeons, which makes no sense at all. Like, I saw the YouTuber Hellcastle. He accidentally converted his pigment sword into a dungeon item, and then he had to sell it because he couldn't use it, which is just dumb. Number 4. Some classes are horrible to play. The Archer and Healer classes are absolute garbage to play. They're just no fun at all. I mean, for Archer, all you do is sit in the corner and shoot things with a bow. And with a Healer, half the time you're just following the Mage and spam healing them and not getting any essence from the Adventurers or Archaeologists, which healers need for either their Tier 12 Perfect with Mender Helm or their Holy Dragon Armor. Number 3. Dungeons are pretty easy. I said before how they can be easy, but if you have a decent amount of coins, I'm talking like 20 million, you can get a pretty good mage setup and just shred in every room. It starts to get pretty boring. Number 2. Most players still haven't started dungeons. If you're like me and you have no friends, you probably solo queue dungeons a lot. But the problem is, these newer players are starting dungeons way too early, and they're just bad. It's really, really annoying having nons come in and just die multiple times on floor 1. Number 1. The floors released are not good. They need to be released faster. These first floor dungeons that were released are just really, really easy. Hopefully the next few floors will be released soon, and with them more profitable items, because everyone's doing floor 1s for profit, and no one does floor 2s anymore. It's just getting kind of annoying to kill Bonzo in 10 seconds. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to leave a like if you liked it, and dislike it if you didn't. If you really liked it, make sure to consider subscribing. I'm going to try to upload at least once every week from now on, and if you could subscribe, it would let me know I'm doing the right thing. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions for future videos, and until next time, see you everyone!